it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here, and today we're going to be having a chat over Zoom with Australian singer Amy Sheppard, who you may know from the band Sheppard. This is her second time on the show, but this time we have a chat to her about her new solo single, Nothing But Wild. Before we get into today's interview, we would like to give a shout out to our Patreons, Irene, Bev, and Michael. If you haven't heard of Patreon before, it is a great way to support us and keep us running and improving. You pick a membership tier that suits you and your budget per month, and in return for supporting us, we'll give you behind-the-scenes content and free stuff. You don't have to give much either. You can be a part of our Patreons for as little as $4 a month. Just visit patreon.com/raveitup. You can even donate through PayPal if you don't trust other sites. You can do so just through our email, raveituptv@gmail.com. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. We appreciate anything you can do to support us. Now, let's get into this interview. Amy, welcome back to Rave It Up. It is a pleasure to have you on the show again. How are you going today?
Well, I'm good. Thanks, Lauren. It's good to be here again and happy to chat with you today.
Yeah, good to chat just one-on-one now, because last time you were on the show was with your brother and sister, so.
I know. I've got the stage to myself.
Exactly. You can talk as much as you want. Now, I did mention back then when we did last speak about wanting to talk to you more about being a body positivity activist as well. So before we talk about your new solo single, I really wanted to know, what is your story when it comes to body image? And, have you actually did have any issues with your body image growing up, like a lot of us, if not all of us do?
Yeah, well, that's my main inspiration, is that pretty much everybody goes through these body image issues, and not just females now. It's like increasingly it's becoming all genders, and it's really, really scary to see, especially, with the younger generations and how they're growing up with TikTok and so much social media, and it's just constant. It's coming from them from all angles. I just want to be that role model that says, it's okay to be yourself. Growing up, yes, I had extreme body image issues. I was bullied for being overweight as a young child. And, that really does some damage to a child growing up. So it's always been this complex in my head. I've always had this feeling of not being able to measure up to that pop star look that I'm supposed, the way that I thought that I was supposed to look. So, years, I think I started my first diet when I was 10.
What? Really?
Yeah. I know. And the scary thing is it's getting younger, the age that girls are becoming aware of their bodies. I think it's something like 4 now, which is terrifying. It's really disturbing. So yeah, that's where my main inspiration and drive comes from. It's about having a safe space for people to come to, where they can feel themselves and understand that they are more than a body and they are more than how they look.
How did you get to that point yourself of just loving your body for what it is and not really wanting to change it? It's fine going to the gym just to be healthy and, make sure your body can keep up with, especially your busy schedule, but to actually be okay with, the folds here and there, the cellulite, things like that.
Yeah, I think it's been a long journey, and it doesn't happen overnight. I'm still learning every single day about my body. Bodies are always changing. And I think that's the biggest thing that people need to accept, is that bodies aren't just this set device that is meant to serve you. Like, you have to work with your body and build a relationship with it. It's your home. It's the only place that you have, and you need to treat it with respect. And that also includes taking the time to go to the gym and be healthy, but just remembering that it's not to do with how you look. It's to do with what your body can do, and making sure it's in physical peak condition. It doesn't have to be in peak condition, but it just peak condition in terms of being able to do your daily tasks and to be able to feel comfortable and happy in your body. And I think, for me anyway, being strong and being able to carry all my groceries from the car to the house in one trip really makes a difference and makes me feel strong and capable. And I think that's where, my inspiration for building strength comes from. It's about what I can do, not so much about how I look.
Treating the body like a temple, as cliche as that sounds, but it's
Yeah,
true.
it's true. Like, it's about having respect for your body.
I love
And I
that.
think that's the key message here. It's not about like, oh, look, I don't care about, putting on weight. I can eat as many donuts as I can, because that's not respecting your body. It's about, using your intuition, being like, well, I really feel like a donut. I'm going to have it, because I know if I deprive myself, I'm going to want to eat the whole box of donuts.
That's true.
And it's just about really tuning into what feels right for your body, and remembering that, really be careful about taking advice from other people, because you're in charge of your body. Other people don't have the same experience in your body as you do. Like, this is your home. You know what's right for yourself. You really just have to tune into that intuition and remind yourself of what's important for you, and what the right move is for you as well. And I think that's a huge learning curve. It's really hard just to fit into a 20-minute conversation, but
Of course.
there's
do like a
so
whole
many.
hour of this.
I know. There's so many resources out there now. There's podcasts and books that you can read if you are struggling with your body image. And there are obviously great influencers and people out there who are spreading the good word.
Yeah. I think we also forget that, the goal isn't to be confident 24/7.
No.
We do all have our down days where we might not feel as confident, but you just got to work on that. It's a constant thing you got to keep working on.
Yeah, and it's just about cutting off that echo chamber of negativity, and just shutting down the bully when she does rise, or when they do rise, rear their ugly heads. It's about just interrupting the negative thought and replacing it with a bit of common sense and reality. Just being like, hey, let's not panic. I'm okay. And let's remind ourselves what's important. And that's that you can live out your dreams in the body that you're in to the best of your abilities.
And I think we kind of do forget that sometimes the biggest bully is ourselves, as you just said, the negative thoughts. Like, what a great way to look at it. Negative thought is like another bully. You just got to, just ignore it.
Yeah, that's right. It's just about, I guess, maybe not even ignoring it. Maybe it's a matter of addressing it and thinking like, what's the bigger picture here? Why am I having these negative thoughts? And maybe it's because you're feeling insecure or anxious about something coming up. And it's really about hitting the nail on the head and, getting that issue out of the way when it arises, rather than like carrying on with these negative feelings all day. And potentially, these negative feelings can last years. So it's just about really figuring out what the core issue is, and getting that out of the way so you can continue to live your life.
And continuing to look at social media and comparing yourself to other people's lives is not a good idea.
No, absolutely not.
I call it their trailer, and you have your, blooper reel. Don't compare the two. Very different.
No, exactly. Absolutely. That's a great way of putting it.
Well, congrats on your new solo single, Nothing But Wild. You should be so proud. I know how long you've been working for this and trying to make it, put it out there. Why did you decide to release this one first? Is it kind of reconnecting with nature and getting out of the city something like that's most important to you?
Yeah, look, living in Brisbane, I love living in Brisbane, but it's so important for me anyway to get out and just reconnect with nature and put my feet in the sand, or like I go up to Toowoomba a lot because that's where my husband's from. And it's just so nice to have that little peace of mind and that little haven out away from all the noise and the hustle and bustle. And I think it's a good reminder to people to get off the hamster wheel and just live life, because life is so short. And, the older I get, the more I realize just how short and quickly life goes. So the reason I wanted to release this song first is I think it's just a great introduction to what I've been doing with this new country music solo project. And it's just you can see my pop influences in the song, and you can see my love for country music. And I think, it's an upbeat song. It's a great message. And I hope everyone loves it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. So everyone check it out. And what did your siblings think of you going solo? Are they kind of like, no, just stay with us? Or how are you kind of juggling the both?
Yeah, I think that's their biggest concern, is how I'm going to juggle two careers. But so far it's been okay. I've got managers to do that and help me out with that. I've got, their support as well. We're going to make it work. And they're really excited for me. Emma has been my stylist for a couple of, photo shoots, and she styled the music video. So they're still very much involved in this. And it is just an extension of what I already do, an extension of the family business.
Absolutely. And you have spent the last 3 years writing and building towards this release. Why 3 years in particular? Was it just because of COVID that, went for 2 years, or have you also just been so busy, last 3 years just with Sheppard?
Yeah, well, both, but COVID was the biggest handbrake. I could have just released it and, put it out to the world and seeing what happened, but I wasn't ready or prepared to do that. I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to do it properly, and I wanted to be able to connect with fans and go and do the Tamworth Music Festival. I wanted to be able to go to Nashville and do it properly. So I just held off a little bit, which gave me a chance to finesse my sound. I went back and forth with the producer a little bit. We updated it, and it wasn't a rush. So I think, at the end of the day, it ended up being a good thing.
Absolutely. Everything happens for a reason. That's one of my favorite quotes.
It's true, isn't it?
So you have played many, many country music festivals just over your career, even with Sheppard, and you grew up with country music in the house. If the audience did not know that, your dad is a huge fan. Yep. Do you think Sheppard will kind of follow down that path as well, or just stick with...
I don't know. It is funny because the more you listen to the Sheppard music, you realize that it could be country music.
Yeah.
You definitely teeter into that
world. Crossover a little bit.
Yeah. But I think Sheppard's just got their sound down pat. We've got our sound down pat there. I'm still getting my brain into
in and out of the band.
Yeah, exactly. No, we love doing these country music festivals because the crowds are always so great and welcoming. And I think, it's funny because country music is just so many things. It's not just, bluegrass, hillbilly music. It's just so many different things. There is that beautiful bluegrass music, but there's also country pop, and there's country rap, and there's just so many different things. There's Americana, and it's a whole nother world in itself. So I think it's great that Sheppard can be accepted into the country music industry, but and I think it's just given me that extra platform to be able to do what I'm wanting to do at the moment as well. So it's kind of, I'm just looking at this as an extension of what I already do in Sheppard. I think Sheppard probably has those country music influences because of what I bring to the table. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds. But yeah, I think you'll be seeing us pop up at some more festivals for sure.
Woo, can't wait, especially now that a lot more events are coming back. Yeah.
I know, it's so exciting. Everyone's
great way for you to further get your name out there too, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is also, doing a bit of a stalk on you. I already knew this from last time I interviewed you, but I didn't have time, obviously. This isn't your first solo release either, because you did release Reasons Why for your wedding, at your wedding. So you must have been writing that song while doing all the wedding planning. How did that sort of work out, as well as doing the band?
Yeah,
you are amazing with time management.
So I actually released the Reasons Why under Sheppard. So yeah, Nothing But What is my first solo release. But yeah, I wrote the Reasons Why. I got married in October last year, and I think I wrote it in April. Yeah.
Very early. Had to, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to make sure that it was special and I could do it right. And then I just sort of wrote it over a couple of weeks and recorded it and took my time with it. And then I just had to hold this secret in for a really long time until the wedding day, which was really difficult, and trying to record our studios at our family home. So I was trying to record while Lockie wasn't there and he was at work, and he often will come back and forth from work. He'll stop in for lunch, or if he has a call, he can do it because he works quite close to the family home. So it was a bit tedious and it was funny because on one of the days that I was trying to record vocals, he would just come in and be like, "Hey, what are you guys working on today?" I was like, "Oh, just yeah, I know." It was just really hard to hide from him. It was just one of those things. But anyway, it all worked out. He was surprised, and yeah, it's a really special song.
I don't know how you didn't cry as well when you sung it to him.
It was so hard because he was tearing up, and I was like, "Just don't look at anybody." Everyone was crying, and I just had to look at the horizon and see. Yeah.
You controlled it very well.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear any of your future releases too. What can we expect in the future? Is there more coming? Album? Any
Absolutely.
date
There's more
ideas?
coming. Yeah, I've got a new single coming in a few weeks' time. I don't know how much of that I can talk about, but it's like there's so much music coming, and I'm actually going to Nashville in July, just because we're going with Sheppard in June. I just tacked on a little trip to Nashville at the end of that, so there's definitely heaps of music coming. The next single I'm so excited about. It's actually the first single that I wrote for this whole project, and yeah, I've sent it around to a few people, and they love it. It's a ballad, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a upbeat ballad, very poppy, and
Love it.
yeah, we'll see if everyone likes it. But I'm pretty stoked to release this next one.
I'm excited to hear it too. You'll just have to come back on the show, all right, and tell me all about it.
Anytime.
But we are unfortunately getting to the end of the interview now, Amy. But as a closing statement, and probably the most important question here on Rave It Up, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Oh, I would just give her a big hug and just
Aw.
say, it's all going to be okay. Like, you are not going to believe the life that you're about to lead. Just stay true to yourself, be authentic as you can, and it's all going to work out.
I love that. It's good advice for all the young listeners too. Be authentic, just be yourself. No one like you, as cheesy as that sounds. There you go. I'm ending on another cheesy thing.
So true. I mean, my life could have gone in so many directions, but I just tried to stay true to my dream of writing music. And I think, for so long, I thought that was a ridiculous dream to have, to think that I could be in this position. I could imagine it. I always wanted it. But yeah, there's so many times that I could have just like gone and studied nursing or something, but I didn't. I stayed true to myself. I put off going to uni and followed my dream, and it all worked out for the best.
Yeah, I think there's a lot, probably 98% of people were in your position, even probably right now, that they're like, nah, it's a dream, but, should I go for it? Yeah, so many doubts in your mind. I should have that plan B, but I'm really proud that you just stuck to your guns and went for it.
Thank you. Yeah, just go for your dreams and just do it, because life is short, and you can always go back and do something else,
Absolutely.
So just,
as you said, life is too short. Go do what you want to do.
Exactly.
I always say those 9-to-5 jobs will always be there.
Yeah,
fall back upon them later.
Yeah, I agree.
And before we go, Amy, if our audience want to find out what you're up to in the future, where should they go follow you? On Instagram, Facebook? What's the best place?
Yep. I'm pretty prevalent on Instagram. I'm always there every day, connecting with my community, and I've built quite a safe space there. So that's at Amy Sheppard Pie. But yeah, I'm also on Facebook and now TikTok. I'm building that up, trying to get used to doing those kind of videos as well. Yeah, all under Amy Sheppard Pie.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show again, Amy. I always really appreciate your time and your amazing advice.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm so happy to talk to you again, and we'll speak soon.
Yeah, definitely. Let me know about the new release. I look forward to chatting to you about it and having a listen.
All right, sounds good.
Bye, Amy.
Yeah, bye.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's interview. If you'd like to check out any of our other interviews, please visit our website, raveituptv.com. All of the podcasts and videos are there for you to enjoy. And while you're there, please check out our book, Knowing What I Know Now, as well as a mini ebook that I wrote last year called Staying Strong, Finding Inner Peace During Hard Times. And if you would like to further support Rave It Up, please also visit patreon.com/Rave It Up. You can pick a membership tier that works with you and your budget for as little as $4 a month. It's like a coffee, right, guys? And in return, you get free stuff and bonus content of Rave It Up. So worth it. Our Patreons love supporting Rave It Up even further. So we appreciate anything you can do to support us as well. Thank you so much for watching today, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.